Okay, so let us discuss now the statistical treatment part. This is the second part of our last lesson. Okay, so ano bang laman ng statistical treatment? Una, the formula that you need to analyze the data. So, in statistical treatment, you need to discuss kung ano yung mga bagay na kukumpitin mo from your sample data. And we call it descriptive statistics. You're going to describe your sample data. For example, you're going to describe your data using percentage, frequency, mean, median mode, standard deviation, and so on. Now, yung makocompute natin sa descriptive statistics, we're going to use that in hypothesis testing. Because in a hypothesis testing, dito na natin i-analyze yung data natin. Dito natin malalaman kung na-solve ba natin yung research question or hindi. Okay? So, let's start with the formula that you will need for your research paper. So, what numerical characteristics should you compute? In a quantitative research, merong tatlong commonly used formula, set of formulas. Okay? Yung una na dyan is yung measure of central tendency. Center, okay? Dito, ang kinukuha natin is yung gitna ng data natin. Bakit natin kailangan kunin yung gitna ng data? Because we want a representative of our data. Siyempre, kapag gumawa ka naman ng analysis, hindi pwedeng isa-isahin mo yung responses ng respondent mo. So, ang gagamitin mo for analysis is a single value, and that is the center value of your data. So, merong tatlong klaseng center ang isang data. Una is yung mean. Mean is the average of all values in the data set. Ibig sabihin, you're just going to add all the values in your set of data and then divide it by the number of values. So, ito yung formula niya. So, kung gagamit kayo ng mean, dapat isulat nyo to sa statistical treatment. So, yung ibig sabihin niyan ng mga symbols dito, X bar is the sample mean, N is the sample size, and yung X sub I is yung mga value o yung value sa set of data natin. Next, median. Yung median, wala siyang formula. Kasi, hinahanap lang siya. Hindi siya kinocompute. Median is the middle value of the collected data. Okay? Arrange mo lang from highest to lowest, and then kukunin mo yung pinakagitna. Next is mode. Mode is the most frequent values in a set of data. So, yung mode pwedeng marami, pwedeng isa lang, and pwedeng wala. Wala tayong makukuhang mode kapag unique yung value ng set of data natin. For example, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, bawat value dito, isang beses lang lumitaw, meaning wala tayong mode. So, ang kinukuha lang ng mode is yung value na laging umuulit. Pinakamadalas maulit. Okay? So, kanina diniscuss na natin kung ano yung mga possible representative ng set of data natin. Ngayon naman, pag-uusapan natin kung gaano kalayo yung actual values ng set of data natin dun sa representative na mapipili natin. And we're going to use that using measure of spread or dispersion. So dito, it will measure, or we're going to measure the variability of the values in your set of data. Variability is pagkakaiba-iba. Remember, iba-iba yung respondents nyo. So, iba-iba din yung magiging sagot nila sa survey questionnaire nyo. Okay? So you want to know gaano kalayo yung mga sagot ng respondents ko dun sa representative ng data na napili mo. Okay? So meron tayong tatlong formula for measure of spread or dispersion. Una is yung interquartile range. So, interquartile range or IQR measures how dispersed the middle 50% of a set of data is. And yung formula niya is IQR is equal to third quartile minus first quartile. Ano bang idea ng interquartile range? So, halimbawa, in-arrange nyo yung values ng set of data nyo or data set from lowest to highest. Ang idea ng interquartile range is that you're going to divide your data into 4 equal parts. So, this is 25%. And then, yung line na yan, this is our first quartile. Next, ito naman ay mula dito sa dulo hanggang sa kanya is yung 50%. So, this is the second quartile or the median. And the next, third quartile. So, mula sa dulo hanggang sa kanya, this is 75%. And the highest one is the fourth quartile. So, mula sa dulo hanggang sa fourth quartile, this is 100%. Okay? So, ang kinukuha lang ng interquartile range is yung difference from your third quartile and first quartile. So, sinusukat niya kung gaano kalayo yung mga values of data, yung mga values sa set of data mo from the median. Remember, ito yung median natin. Okay? Next, yung standard deviation and variance. So, kung sa interquartile range, kinukuha natin kung gaano kalayo yung mga values of data from the median. Sa standard naman, sa standard deviation tsaka sa variance naman, sinusukat natin kung gaano kalayo yung mga value from the mean. And take note ha, dapat yung value natin is from continuous data. Ibig sabihin, dapat yung mga value na kukumputin mo ng standard deviation dapat galing sa pagsukat. Ito yung formula ng variance, and then this is the formula of standard deviation. So standard deviation is just the square root of variance. Okay? So interquartile range, kung gaano kalayo yung data nyo from the median. Standard deviation and variance, gaano kalayo yung data nyo from the mean or average. Okay, so the last formula that you may use for your research is yung proportion. So proportion is just the part, no? It pertains to the number of parts in your population na may specific characteristics. So ginagamit yung proportion kapag meron kayong categorical variable. For example, yung gender o yung strand. Proportion is usually written in the form of percentage. So, ito yung formula niya. So, P hat is the sample proportion. Yung F sa numerator is the number of member of sample with certain characteristic. And yung N naman is the sample size. Okay. So, ano nga bang formula yung dapat yung gamitin? Nakadepende yan sa level of data, sa level of measurement ng variable nyo. Kapag nominal ang data nyo, Again, pag nominal, labels lang. Halimbawa, gender. Ang pwede nyong ilagay sa research paper nyo is yung proportion and mode. Ilan yung percentage ng babae, ilan yung percentage ng lalaki, or sinong mas marami, kung lalaki ba or babae. For ordinal data, you may use proportion, mode, median, and the interquartile range. Next, for interval and ratio data, yung mga data na sinusukat, pwede tayong gumamit ng mean, median, IQR, the interquartile range, standard deviation, and variance. So, hindi lang recommended gamitin yung mode kasi maraming value yung pwede sa continuous data or sa interval tsaka sa ratio data. Okay?